Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know that it has been a couple weeks since I've uploaded anything. We had a big dental conference last week, so I was really busy at work with that. And then this week we're getting ready to go to Hawaii, so I know I'm gonna be really busy with that. And before that I had actually recorded a DIY video, but my DIY didn't really work. So I never got around to totally editing it and uploading it because I was kind of like, that was a fail. Let's jump into the vid this week. I'm 19 weeks pregnant. Can we believe it? I feel like it's gone so fast, but I also feel like I'm like, do I really have 21 more weeks left? You know? It's crazy it has gone fast, but then it's crazy that I still have that much more to go. I don't love being pregnant, guys. I don't think that's a secret. I love pregnancy. I love labor and delivery. I would live there if I could. I love newborn babies. I love that we get to have a baby again. But actually being pregnant is not that fun for me. But yeah. I saw the other day that they are actually putting baby sheep, I think it was, in this thing that grows them. It's like a fake womb that grows the baby sheep fetus. And I was like, that's insane that they can do that. But when it comes down to it, I would never do it, you know? I want the experience, even though I don't find it that enjoyable all that much, you know? So, whatever. Okay. Let's jump into the vid, guys. I'm 19 weeks. My symptoms have not really changed a ton. I've got less and less sick as I've gone on. You guys know I was really sick in my first trimester, but now I'm hardly sick at all. I have noticed that if I eat foods that have a lot of spices or a lot of flavors in them, then I am more likely to get sick. Also, if I eat a lot of sugar dairy stuff, then I am more likely to feel sick. But I've just been kind of keeping a blander, more basic diet, and that has helped. It's really definitely helped me to not get sick, to keep my diet that way. I know that heartburn and stuff like that kick in right around now in pregnancy. I have not had that yet. I definitely had heartburn with Mariah, but I just haven't had any yet, so I'm really grateful. I'm crossing my fingers, maybe I won't get it this time. Maybe, you know. Because I've gotten a lot of things this time that I didn't get with Mariah. Every pregnancy is so different. It's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't really craved anything major. If anything, I've kind of been craving drinks, but I haven't been indulging. I used to drink 2 44-ounce Dr. Peppers when I was pregnant with Mariah. I would go to McDonald's and I would get 2 large Dr. Peppers for $1 each, and I would put one in the fridge. And then I'd drink it all day. But I haven't done that, you know. I've been strong, so I don't gain 60 pounds this time. My boobs were really tender in the beginning. They are huge, as you can see. These are babies themselves. I actually do not love having big boobs. I like being a little bit more thinner and not so big and out there, but Kev loves it, but I'm just these are out of control. I've never had a boob job, but I look like I have, you know? So there's those. They're not tender. They were really tender in the beginning, but okay. So vaginal birth versus cesarean. I mentioned in the beginning of the video, love birth. I've watched my 2 sisters give birth to 5 of their babies, and I'm obsessed with it. I love being in the delivery room. I love the whole process, from top to bottom. I think it's amazing, and none of it grosses me out. I think that the female body is so crazy and amazing. My sisters usually don't have epidurals. My one sister has had an epidural, but she's gone natural after having the epidural. So I've seen it all. with Mariah, my doctor told me about a month before I was going to have him that I probably was not going to have him vaginally because he was a big baby and just my anatomy and the size of him were not going to agree. And so he had warned me before that I'd probably have a C-section, but told me that if I wanted to, I could totally try for a vaginal birth. And at that point I was like, yeah, I do want to try to have a vaginal birth. And so I went over my due date. I did everything I could to like try to induce pregnancy, you guys. Like I ran a mile, which just made me very, very sore on my pubic bone. And I drank castor oil, which just made me very, very sick and it made me throw up. But it did not induce labor. It was crazy and I was so done at that point. So anyways, my doctor induced me after my due date and I did not progress. Like my cervix, like effacing and dilating, it just didn't happen for me. And so I went in the night before at 10 o'clock and the next day at like 2 or 3 after they had broken my water and I had felt those crazy intense painful contractions. They gave me an epidural and then they checked the baby and Mariah was in fetal distress. And so my doctor came in and he was like, you know, I kind of knew this was gonna happen, I warned you, but you're gonna have a C-section because the baby is now in fetal distress and his heart rate is being affected. So they pinned a little monitor on his head when he was inside of me to like watch him, and he was really stressed out. So they took him C-section and I loved it. Like I remember going into it, I was like kind of scared. I wanted to have a vaginal birth, but like my whole experience I honestly loved. I didn't feel any pain during the surgery. I remember I felt pressure. They pushed on my belly to like push him out, and I remember I felt that. I didn't see any of it. After they deliver the baby, they deliver the placenta, and then it takes about 30 minutes to stitch you back up and to get everything situated inside again. So I looked up some commonly asked questions about C-section so that I could just kind of answer them with my experience. So let's jump into that. The first one was, how long is the C-section recovery? I honestly was walking around a couple days after I left the hospital. We went to like RC Willie's and furniture shopping. I wasn't like running or anything like that, but I was up and walking around at the hospital, and then afterwards I was able to get up and walk around. I would say probably 6 weeks before I was given the okay to like exercise and stuff like that. So I mean, well, I guess it's not comparable because I've never had a vaginal birth, but people say that it's like your exercise recovery, stuff like that is easier vaginally. But my C-section was like really wasn't that bad, and honestly in those first 6 weeks I didn't feel like running a mile anyways. So yeah, I would say 6 weeks. Is bleeding normal? After you have a baby, your body is still getting rid of all of that blood that it was holding for the baby, and so yes, you do still have that after you have a C-section. And yes, it's normal. Your body just gets rid of it. Can you breastfeed? Yes. I breastfed Mariah for about 3 weeks, and then I got mastitis, which is really painful. I had no idea what it was. Nobody warned me about it. But it was not because I had a C-section that I got mastitis. It was because of the way that Mariah was latching onto my nipple. And so I quit breastfeeding at that point. But like my milk production and all of that came in for sure. I remember I had big boobs in my pregnancy with Mariah too, but like once my milk came in, like one boob was like bigger than his head. And I don't like big boobs. Like I do not like having these big, huge boobs. So that was not fun. Will I get my filling back around my scar? I was actually numb at my C-section scar for a good 9 months, maybe even up to 12 months. And it was like, I would say it probably went 4 or 5 inches above my scar, and then onto like my pubic bone. I was just completely numb. I didn't have any feeling. I wasn't numb like in my actual, you know, hoo-ha. But like my scar area and above was numb, and I did stay numb for 9 to 12 months, which was pretty crazy. but I did eventually get filling back. I have all my filling now, and my scar is just really, really tiny. It's like a pencil thin. It goes underneath like a bikini line. It has never bothered me, which was one of the things that I was a little bit worried about when I knew that I was gonna probably have to have a C-section. So, can I have another baby? Yes, you can have multiple C-sections as long as you didn't experience any crazy complications. You can safely have, I know my aunt had like 6 C-sections. I think they recommend like 3 to 5. And yeah, you can have another baby. You do have scar tissue on your uterus that they sometimes get nervous about it rupturing, but you can have another pregnancy and have another baby. And last question is a VBAC. That's a vaginal birth after cesarean versus an elective C-section. So you can have a vaginal birth after you have a C-section as long as your doctor feels comfortable with that. As long as like your scarring didn't have any complications and things like that. And that's kind of up to you, I think, for the most part. Or you can elect to have another C-section. I am electing to have a C-section. I had a great experience with my first one, and I did kind of wonder if I wanted to have like the vaginal experience, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think that I had a really good experience with my first C-section. My recovery was really pretty easy, and I don't know, like the end result is the same. You still have an adorable, special, cute baby at the end, and it doesn't matter how they came into the world, you love them the same. And if you want a VBAC, I think you should do a VBAC, or if you want an elective C-section, I think you should. So there's that. I am electing to have a C-section. We will schedule it 1 week before my due date, and we'll go into it. So yeah, I'm really excited. So I also am excited about the fact that we know the day that I will be able, we will know the day that I'm having the baby. And so the night before we'll go to like a hotel and just have like a family night of like the last night of us being a family of 3. And that I think will be just kind of a special moment for Kev and I for sure, and for Kev and I and Mariah to just kind of like reflect and look back and see how far we've come and where we're at now, and to get excited to welcome our new baby sis into the fam. So I am really, really excited. All right, well, let's show you the bump. Here is my bump at 19 weeks. It's definitely got bigger. I feel like when I'm walking around, you can totally tell I'm pregnant now. And yeah, it's kind of getting cute. I'm excited. Thank you to everyone who left me a comment last time. I thought it was so nice, and I got so excited every time you guys left a comment. And so yeah, I would love for you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.